Hello.
I already have a couple of viewers here. Hi, everyone. This is Marie, Commonwealth Girl. How are you today?
Was that clapping?
Yeah, that was clapping, so the
Woo!
audience can clap after songs and stuff. So it's nice and interactive. Yeah. So how are you doing, Marie?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Good. It's such a nice day outside today. I spent a lot of time in the garden. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, do you want to hop right into a song while we wait for more people to hop on?
sure, we can do that.
Okay, sounds good.
So this first song is called Go Back to Go Forward. Let me tell you a story about a little girl who had to go back to go forward. One day she woke up in the middle of the night and opened a door, not a real one, more like a metaphor. And she knew that she found what she'd been looking for, what she'd been looking for, what she'd been looking for. The smell of the fresh air and the millions of stars stirred something deep inside of her. And that's when it happened. That's when she knew that something was different. Something was different. She looked up to the heavens and said, something's got to change. I'm tired of always feeling so strange. And in that very moment, just like Houdini, she escaped from her chains, from her chains, from her chains. Ooh, So let me tell you her story. Let me tell you about this crazy little kid. She's the one who left her ship behind, 'cause it was time to start singing. And she was tired of being blind, and her heart sang out to her that night. If you want to find out, girl, you better stop worrying about what other people think. And if you don't do it now, it'll be too late, girl. It's time to discover what's on your own plate. And a tiny little voice, I think it was a mouse, it said, you're much more than you thought you were. You're much more than you thought you were, than you thought you were, than you thought you were. Thank you. So I
Amazing.
can't actually see my face. Am I supposed to be able to see it?
Oh yeah, you should be able to see it. I say let's just keep going and then hopefully it'll reconnect.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, you look lovely though.
Okay, good, because I'm just black screen.
Oh no. I have a question. So where did you get your name from?
Well, I got my name. I was actually had some friends when I was living in Germany. I lived there for 22 years, and all my friends were all expats. And so we were going to start a little group called the Commonwealthgirls. And they chickened out. And so then I said, well, there can be one Commonwealth girl, and that's going to be me. And I just loved the name because I, was from Edmonton and, Commonwealth. And then I ended up in the neighborhood, Commonwealth neighborhood. So it's like really weird. It's like I've come home.
Whoa, divine timing. That's amazing.
But I've called myself that since 2012. Yeah, Commonwealth Girl. So
Really? And so how recently did you start performing?
well, I did some performing in Germany, and then when I came here, everything kind of slowed down, looking for work, and then started doing some open mics. So like played on White Ave in a few places, and the Carrot is a really good location because it's really close to where I live, and now there's this other place called Feliz, which I hope to be starting up an open mic hosting really soon. Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. And then there's a couple of other great places like what's the other one that I like is Square One. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
We
And I
really
see
do have
people
great.
out there that I recognize their names. So thank you guys for
Awesome.
joining. Millie and Natalie, my sister from Montreal, actually.
Amazing. Well, welcome here. I know you have a lot of music prepared for us, so why don't we have
Okay. So this, I don't know about you guys, but oh, now I can see myself. So I've been feeling a little bit, crazy, dizzy, or whatever the last few years. Probably everybody has been. And just before the pandemic started, this song kind of came on the scene. It's called Dizzy. The world is upside down. Everything's spinning round. I'm standing right side up. Wonder I feel dizzy. Wonder I feel down. There's no
all your songs originals?
They are. I do have a couple little cover songs tucked in here and there. But yeah, these are all original songs.
Amazing. So we have a question from Grant. He asked if you've ever played at the Naked Cafe. We actually go there often with our kids, and it's such a sweet spot. Have you heard of
I
it?
just realized that I've been there once and I did a spoken word piece.
Ooh.
That was a couple of years ago before everything, shut down. But yeah, it's kind of come back on my radar. So do they have like an open mic, Grant? That would be nice to know.
They do
Or do
actually on Thursdays.
What's that?
They do on Thursdays.
On Thursday? Everybody seems to do Thursday nights.
Yes.
Cool.
I guess we're doing our own here, hey?
Well, maybe I'll check them out next week.
Yeah, awesome.
Sweet.
So I did notice on your SoundCloud you had a little write-up and you mentioned that your dad was an inspiration. He was in the music industry, a DJ. We actually have that in common. My dad's in the music industry and huge inspiration of mine. So could you tell us a little bit about that, your experience in music with your dad?
Yeah, well, he started off in his early 20s. It was his voice. They were recruiting people for the radio station back then. And they just said, you got to hear Normand Fontaine. He's like a really awesome voice. And so then he went down. And nowadays you've got to have degrees coming out of your yin yang to work in the radio station. But he just went in and just read some pieces and they said, yeah, you're hired. And it was a local radio station back then, French radio in Alberta. And then they switched over to the CBC. And so then he was working with the CBC for about 20, maybe 25 years. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, that just really influenced. He used to bring music home and, we would listen to music in the car and I would have to guess, who was the composer. And he did all kinds of stuff. And he would play English stuff sometimes too, but mostly all French music. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What musician or song makes you feel super nostalgic and remember those times with your dad?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Well, there's an artist from France called Francis Cabrel, and I think every time I hear, and he's got a song called Petite Marie, so Little Marie, and that song, I don't know, every time our family listens to that, we're just kind of weeping, and it makes us think about all of that time. Yeah. Or any Baroque music. If I hear Baroque music in the car, I just oh, where's Dad? It just feels like he's somewhere around. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful how music can make us feel that way. All right, so why don't we hop into our next song? And listeners here, don't forget that you can tip your musician. The tip button is below, and you can clap after every song.
Oh, tips you can give me. You can either give me money tips or just any kind of life tips. I'll take those too.
Don't forget about the comments. All right, let's hop into the next one.
So I'm going to take this down a little bit, and this is a song called The Size of England. I died that day. Now I'm reborn. I cried that day. I'm no longer forlorn. I didn't deserve this. You must know. I got up from the ground after you threw me down, and the night changed. I rearranged my whole life from someone new. Now someone you wouldn't recognize, but there's a hole in my heart where nothing can grow. There's a hole in my heart the size of England. I remember the time when you said goodbye. The look of contempt on your face was a mask hiding your pain. The size of England. Thank you. So, speaking of England, I'm going to go north of England to a place called Scotland. And I don't know, maybe you know this song. It's an old song, but I'm kind of giving it a little bit of a CWG twist. And I see another person has joined us. Johan? Or Joanna, maybe? I'm not sure. So welcome. So, let me just tune I've got to just tune this thing. So this is called the concert ukulele. I don't know if you guys are familiar with ukuleles out there, but yeah, so concert. I just came down from the Isle of Skye. I'm no very big, I'm awfully shy. The lassies shout as I go by. Donald, where's your trousers? Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in my kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello. Donald, where's your trousers? Donald, where's your trousers? A lady took me to a ball, and it was slippery in the hall. I was feared that I would fall, 'cause I had me on me trousers. Let the wind go high, let the wind go low. Through the streets in my kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello. Donald, where's your trousers? I went down to London town to have a little fun in the underground. All the ladies turned their heads around, saying, Donald, where's your trousers? Where's your trousers? Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in my kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello. Donald, where's your trousers? To wear the kilt is my delight. It's not wrong, I know it's right. The Highlanders will get a fright if they saw me in my trousers. The wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in my kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello. Donald, where's your trousers? The lassies love me, everyone. Just let them catch me if they can. Can I put the breeks on a Highland man? 'Cause he does not wear his trousers. The wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in my kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello. Donald, where's your trousers? Yeah. I don't know if you guys know that song, but it's one of my favorites. Donald, where's your trousers? And a couple of years ago, actually, my mom had hired men in kilts. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They come to your house and clean your windows. And well, let me tell you, I was like thinking the next day I should go and dirty the windows again to make sure that they could come back. So ever since then, you know, like the kilts and the men in kilts. So when I came across the song, it was like, became one of my instant favorites.
That's such a good idea. Actually, Grant and I need our windows cleaned, so I think maybe I'll hire them.
Yes, good idea. And yeah, especially make them especially dirty so they have to stay longer on the window.
Amazing.
Okay, so my next song is inspired by a series on Netflix, actually, that I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it. It's called The Maid. And I really enjoyed that series. It's sad and wonderful and beautiful all at the same time. And when I finished watching it, I was like, oh, there's something in there that makes me want to write a song. So
it's one of my
this
favorites.
one is called, it's called Rocket Science. Let me see. Where does it go again? Oh, yeah. Right. I'm just forgetting the first note. Isn't that weird? I'm going blank. It ain't a mystery what you do to me. Hurt people, and all you ever seem to do is hurt. Next time I walk out before dessert. What is it about you that keeps me coming for more? You're no good. It's time to leave this hood. All I ever seem to do is cry. It's time I started asking why. Down, the jig is up, and sometimes the pull is stronger than us, and sometimes the wool is too far down. Love isn't a battlefield, it's magnetic, too many landmines on the front lines we can't see, and if you find yourself asleep, it might be time to change the company you keep, the company you keep.
I love that. I love that a show inspired you to write a song.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just spilling water all over myself as well. So that's good. Actually, that was refreshing.
Yeah, it's a hot day. Hey, I noticed you have a bunch of artwork on the wall behind you. Are you an artist as well?
I am. I also, one of my sisters did some of the paintings, my daughter, and then I also painted my first ukulele. You can see there at the back. My very first. Yeah. I remember buying it for about 25 euros and thinking, well, if I do well, then I'll work myself way up to a better instrument. And so I do have a better one, and it really does make a difference. Those cheap ones are great for starting, but it shows you whether you have commitment or not. So
yeah,
I highly recommend. Actually, I know somebody out there, Millie, who also has a couple of ukuleles. Maybe we'll have a concert with her one day. Yeah.
Totally. What a cool instrument. We were just chatting here and we just can't believe that you're doing this whole show on a ukulele. Like it's so powerful and amazing. And the best sound. So very inspiring.
All right. So this next song you might recognize by a band called Snow Patrol. I'm just going to tune this again one more time because otherwise... Yeah, it's good. Good. I'll do it all. Everything. to say how I feel. These three words are said too much, but not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am, all that I ever was, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. I don't know where, confused about how well. Just know that these things will never change for us at all.
Woo!
So, you mentioned that you lost your dad a while ago. And so quite a few people have been losing people in the last few years, and there's just so many reasons to be sad. And most of my songs are happy and positive. They always, if they start sad, they'll end off kind of on a positive note. And they're always about growth and change, and they're more like anthems, actually. I imagine myself sort of like a Rocky Balboa with my ukulele, you know, sort of like da-da-da, right? Like going through the streets with my message to kind of like make the world a happier, better place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing.
So this song was kind of came on the scene when I discovered that an aunt of mine was very ill, and that she wasn't going to last much longer. And sadly, we did lose her about 2 months ago. And but it's also about grief. And then we also had such a long winter. It was so like, oh, really? You know, so much snow, more snow, at least in Alberta. And so this song kind of is the combination of that and feelings of grief and just the snow, and kind of came together. If grief was a season, most people would say it's winter. Grief keeps on falling like snow. anymore. Grief is like snow. It falls and melts and falls again, that's something that we know. It falls and melts and falls again, that's something that we know. Le chagrin comme la neige tombe sur mes épaules, tombe. I think I probably have one more song left. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. That was beautiful. I'm really into somatic healing, and it's just amazing to see how many different things help us heal, that we do physically to help us mentally and internally. So that was just beautiful. I was wondering, you mentioned that you lived in Germany for a while. What brought you to Germany and what brought you back to Edmonton? Are you from Edmonton?
I am from Edmonton. Yeah, and I went to Germany like all people who go to another country because of another person. So I followed my fiance there, and we got married, and then things just didn't turn out as I'd hoped. And so then I did live in Germany for quite a while on my own, and my daughter was born there, and she's still there. She lives in Germany, and so she's Canadian British. So her father's British. So that song that I sang about the size of England, that's kind of about that whole experience and
Wow.
what happened there. And so then why I came back to Canada was because I realized I wanted to be an artist, and I knew that Canada was going to give me a lot more opportunities. Not that Germany isn't full of artists, but they're just, it's kind of a country of no. Like, whereas Canada's yes. Canada's a yes country. I mean, you can kind of go, the doors are all open. You have to kind of get in the door. Nobody's going to pull you in. But it's much harder. It's much harder in Germany. And so then I did actually write a few German songs as well. So you can hear them on SoundCloud, some of those. So my last song, sorry, go ahead.
Before we hop into your next song, do you want to tell the audience where to find you?
Yeah, so soon to come on Spotify. But you can hear one of my Christmas songs on Spotify right now. It's on there, but not that you're wanting to listen to Christmas songs. But soon I'm going to put my the EP that I did last year. I'm going to be putting it onto Spotify because they just reduced the price, so it's actually really doable now. So as an artist, you have to actually pay for people to hear your music instead of the other way around. But hey, that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah. I'm hoping. So you'll be able to check out the Spotify Commonwealthgirl. Exactly.
Awesome. With 2 R's, Commonwealthgirl, we'll find her there. And then here is her last song.
Yeah, so this is called the Swoop Song. And I wrote this actually for my daughter. And she, I think all people, right? They always, look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm this, I'm that. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done with that. And I have to do something about it to change that. And this song is kind of one of those anthems that I wrote. And everybody who hears it feels the power of this song. So it's a really good message to end this with. And thanks again to you guys at BLive for putting this awesome app together. I'm really just pleased to be here. It's really wonderful. So here it is. This is called the Swoop Song. To do slowly, learning how to be brave. That ain't something you can do in a day. Sometimes you just gotta take time. it's best to eliminate it in one fell swoop. In one fell swoop. You're not fat, you're not ugly, you're not boring or dumb. You're not lazy, you're not crazy, you're not too sensitive. You're not lazy, you're not crazy, you're not too sensitive. You're everything you're supposed to be. You're everything, everything, everything to me. Can't you see? Can't you see? You're everything to me. You're everything, everything, everything to me.
That was so cool.
Thank you.
I've had
So
such a lovely night with you, Marie.
it's been so nice. Yeah.
Awesome. And once again, you can find Commonwealth Girl with 2 R's on SoundCloud and soon to be Spotify, right?
Right. And I was playing in a festival last Saturday, and they made some videos, like professional videos. So I'm hoping to start also a YouTube page as well. I had one before and had lots of trolls on there, and I wasn't ready for that. So I think I might be ready now to try it again. Yeah. See.
Yeah, it could be ugly out there. Will we be able to see you again on BLive?
For sure. This was a lot of fun. I would happily do it again. Yeah.
Well, we'd love to have you again. Let's keep it up again.
Thanks everybody for.
All right. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.